I said, I'll be here to support Johnny. I think, for some reason there's this misconception that Johnny and I don't get along. And we were joking about it the other day. Like, I like Johnny. Johnny's a good guy, and this is just the situation we're in. So I will be there to support him. Any questions he has, and in the same sense, I'll be ready to play too, because you're only one play away. I've been in this position before, and so I'll stay prepared.
How tough is it after the 13 to find it all at camp to go to practice today as the number 2 guy?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, any quarterback who plays in this league wants to start, and when you've been starting for 13 weeks, that's not what you want to go do. So it's disappointing, and you definitely have to take the right mindset to it and go out and do your job. I mean, that's what I'm here to do, and that's to help this team in any way I can.
Did you feel like you were playing for your job at all the last couple of weeks?
I try not to think about it. You just try to go out and play, and things just didn't work out. We weren't executing, and like I said before, the greatest thing about this sport is it's a team game. Not all the blame goes on one person, and for the past 3 or 4 weeks, we just haven't executed. And it's a team sport, and I know being the quarterback, you get more of the blame than other people, and that's it's the job I signed up for, so I understand that.
Ryan, you do have a different skill set than Johnny, so how do you think the offense changes with him in there?
Well, I think we've seen Johnny play in the preseason. We've seen when he played before. I mean, he and I are different types of players in that regard. I'm not as mobile as he is, so not to give anything away, but I think we all know the type of player that Johnny is.
There's much has been made about possible you and Josh Gordon supposedly not whatever. I don't know if it's just not having the chemistry or that he's not whatever playing as hard for you as he maybe would have for Johnny. There's a lot of stuff out there floating around. Was everything okay between you and Josh Gordon, and did you feel like it was just maybe a matter of?
Yeah, I mean, Josh and I have a good relationship. I just this past Saturday after our meeting, I sat down with him. We went over every play that he had in practice, and I think the thing with Josh is just the lack of repetition and not being able to be around. I think I don't think that he's not playing as hard for me as he will on Sunday. I mean, it's just taking him time to catch up to where everybody else is, and unfortunately we're going through that in games. It's not just in practice or in OTAs or training camps and that type of thing. So I don't think there's any merit to any of that.
Where you might not play for your hometown team?
I'm not concerned about that. Like I said, I have to be ready to play. That's just the nature of this business. So for me, my main concern right now is doing whatever I can to help this team win, whether it's giving a good look on the scout team or helping Johnny prepare. And if he sees something that he's not sure about and he comes to ask me, then that's what my job is to do. So, I'm worried about, I'm taking it one day at a time and 1 week at a time. So that's just my concern at this moment. I mean, I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. I got to live out a childhood dream, and it's not over. There's still a chance that I do play on this team. And, I'm proud of what we accomplished when I played quarterback for this team, and you never know what's going to happen. So, like I said, right now it's just day to day, and trying to help in any way I can.
Brian, have you seen Johnny get better? Have you seen him become more of a professional and all the other things that go with it?
Yeah, I mean, like any rookie, when you come into this league, it's not college anymore, and you're learning a new system just like anybody else. And he's done a good job of learning it, and now get a chance to go execute it.
You talk about living out your childhood dream, but how hard is that to then maybe not get to see the end of it?
Yeah, I mean, that's out of my control, so the decision's been made, there's no going back. I mean, for me, like I said, it's about doing what I can to help this team win and taking it one day at a time.
As far as I wasn't sure what this question was, but as far as being here, next year and beyond, I mean, even given the circumstances, knowing Johnny's a quarterback in the future, could you see yourself being here beyond this year?
I'm not really, I can't think about that right now. I'm sure the offseason I'll sit down with my family, my agent, decide what's best for me, and I think that's what it'll come down to, what's best for my career and what's best for my family. So, you never rule anything out. I mean, obviously, I'm from here, I love being here, but I think, you have to weigh everything when you make a decision like that, and that decision is going to be made a long time from now. So, I'm worried about preparing for the Bengals without really taking any reps. I mean, the good thing is I played against them before, so if I do have to play, it's not something that I'm unfamiliar with.
But you said you already kind of established yourself as a starter, and you want to start.
Yeah, anybody who plays, not even anybody who plays, anybody who's in this league at this position wants to play. And now having played for 13 games plus 3 last year, I know what it takes to play in this league, and that's what like I said, that's what you base your decision off of. I don't know how things will play out. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, look at Cam Newton. He was in a car accident. I mean, he was in a life or death situation yesterday. He doesn't. You start thinking too far down the road, it's for nothing. You never know what's going to happen. So obviously, you hope Cam's doing all right, but you never know what's going to happen. And for me, it's just about getting through each day, and if Johnny has a question for me, answer it. Help him out. If the defense wants me to do a certain look out there, that's my job, and that's what I'm here to do.
Do you ever think that all of it got to be too much? The fact that Johnny was behind you, the uncertain contract stuff, all the off-the-field
No, I don't
issues?
think so. I think it was just, you know what? I mean, it's football. It's, sometimes the ball bounces the wrong way, and sometimes, the other team's good too, and they make plays. I think, we just had a few, rough games, and that's what happened. I mean, that's not something I think about, especially when I'm out there playing. It's the furthest thing from my mind. I'm thinking, is it cover 3 or is it cover 2? That I don't think had anything to do with it.
You still have the ability to be a winning starter.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, we won the game 3 weeks ago, so we were one play away from winning the game last week. That's without a doubt.
What do you expect to see from Johnny Sunday? Do you think he can come in and win games?
Yeah, I mean, Johnny's a good football player. You don't win the Heisman Trophy as a freshman for not being a good football player. You don't get drafted in the first round if you're not a good football player. So, it'll be good for him to get to practice, this week, and then get a chance to go out and play. I mean, I don't know, I can't predict, how, if you would ask me last week, are we going to beat the Colts? I would have said, yeah. But, so I think, he's definitely improved from, training camp and throughout the year, and now he'll finally get a chance to go out and play.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks.
Thank you.